Welcome to FT Math Corner with Miss Morris. Today we'll be looking at solving simultaneous equation using the elimination method. Whenever we use the elimination method, you must remember three easy steps. One, to determine which variable you wish to eliminate. So the variables, these are the letters or the unknowns in the equation. So the variables are x and y. The next step is to make the coefficient the same. So to do that, let's say we want to eliminate y. We want to eliminate y. We need to make the coefficients the same. Now, what are coefficients? Coefficients are numbers that are in front of a variable. For example, if I have x, 2x, 3x, 4x, the coefficient of 2x is 2, 3x is 3, 4x is 4. Now, what's the coefficient of x? I cannot see it. That's because it's invisible. So when you don't see it, it is invisible, and that coefficient is 1. So 1x is the same as x, but we call it x. So I will call this equation 1, and I will call the second equation 2. So the coefficients in equation 1 and 2, they are the same, which is 1. The next step is we need to make the signs opposite. Look at y. Y in the first equation is plus, is positive, and in the second equation, it is also plus. So what we need to do is we need to change one of these equations to make y minus because they have to be opposite or different. So we cannot just rub it out and put that. No. What we have to do is to change one thing in an equation, you have to change everything. So what we will do is we're going to choose which equation we want to make y minus in. So I'm going to choose equation 2. So what we will do is we're going to multiply equation 2, EQN is short for equation. We're going to multiply equation 2 by minus 1. We will multiply everything in equation 2 by minus 1. Now, whenever you're multiplying by a minus, you need to remember this chart. Minus times minus is plus. Plus times plus is also plus. Minus times plus is minus, and plus times minus is minus. This is something as a math student you must know, because if you don't know this, you won't be able to do this. So we will multiply this minus 1 by everything. So everything in equation 2, we will multiply by minus 1. So the first term in equation 2 is x. Notice there's no sign in front of x. The sign there, but it's invisible. It is plus. Because if you don't see the sign, if you don't see a minus in front of it, then obviously it is a plus. So if it's not negative, it must be positive. So minus, you will say minus times plus. What is minus times plus? It is minus. Then we will say 1 times x is x. Let's move on to this term now, which is y. We already know that this is going to be a minus. And 1 times y is y. It's the same thing here. Minus times, let me put the equal. So minus times plus is minus. And 1 times 5 is 5. And I will call this equation 3. Oh, sorry. Let me just, there we go. I will call that equation 3. So we have transformed equation 2. Let's now see if all 3 steps are satisfied in equation 1 and 3. Remember, we're eliminating y. That's the variable. Are the coefficients the same in that the number that's in front of them? Yes, they have an invisible one before them. And the last thing is, are the signs opposite or are they different? Yes, because in equation 1, there's a plus. In equation 3, there's a minus. So it means we can go ahead and eliminate. How do we go about this? What we do is we add downwardly. Downwardly. Okay, so I have 2x here and I have minus x. Remember, I said earlier that it's the coefficient, the numbers that are in front of the variable. Those are the ones that are doing the work. So I have a 2 here and I have a minus 1 here. So it means that, guess what? I have 2. Say I have 2 of something, 2 bananas, and I owe 1. It means I still have 1. So you can look at the positive as what you have and the negative as what you owe. So I have 2 and I owe 1. It means I still have 1. 1 what? 1x, which is the same as x. Now, these will be eliminated, but think about it. If I have 1 and I owe 1, it means I have nothing. That's 0. So see, it's eliminated. And then we're going to say I have 7 and I owe 5. It means that I still have 2. So x is equal to 2. So now we know what x is. So now what we will do is we need to find the value of y. To do so, we already know what x is. X is 2. So we need to substitute it into one of the equations to find out what x is. We'll choose equation 2. So what is equation 2? Equation 2 is x plus y is equal to 5. That is equation 2. And wherever I see x, I will put 2. So x is 2 plus y is equal to 5. How do I find y? There's an easy way. There's an easy way to find y, what y is. We need to get y by itself, meaning only it should be on one side of the equation. Is it by itself? No. There's a 2 here. There's a 2. Look how I can get y by itself. If I bring it over the equal sign, if I bring it over, then only y will be here. Y. I already have 5 there, but look at what happens when I bring it over. On the left, this is a plus 2. It's positive. It's obviously positive because there's no minus in front of it. So if it is positive on the left, when I bring it over, it will be negative. So this is minus 2. And I can go ahead and say 5 minus 2 is 3. So now I know what x is and what y is.